and I'm a 9th grader attending Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology in Virginia. I was 1 in 75 selected for the International Stanford University Math League Tournament, and I also serve as the Young Ambassador for Edison Global and America's Amazing Teens Project. I was invited as a speaker to the O'Reilly Velocity Conference in New York, where I spoke about the lack of women in the STEM workforce. But most importantly, I'm a social entrepreneur, and I'm the founder and CEO of an international nonprofit organization called STEM All-Stars. So, what is a social entrepreneur? Social entrepreneurs are people who think of innovative solutions to society's most pressing problems. And today's presentation is about how I became the social entrepreneur that I am today. So now I have a little story to tell you. When I was about 7, I was searching through Lego kits in Toys R Us, and an employee came up to me and said, "The pretty Barbie dolls are over there." Back then, I was only 4 years old, and my 4-year-old mind couldn't wrap around the fact that Barbie dolls were for girls and cars and drills were for boys. But gradually, I understood that kids are developing a sense of gender identity and bias. Men tend to dominate in the tech industry, and for women, the numbers aren't growing at all. Throughout my 14 years of life, I have realized the power of the scientific world, and I've been noticing many gender stereotypes. There exists an unconscious bias that math and science are male fields and humanities and arts are female fields. However, these stereotypes are inhibiting girls from cultivating an interest in math and science. So now my goal is to spark interest in STEM for girls. A woman still earns 87 cents for each dollar a man earns, and a male is 6 times more likely to take engineering than a female. Even statistics prove that less than 25% of all women take up the STEM workforce. So why STEM for girls? As you know, we are a very tech-savvy society. We're making many medical breakthroughs and many leaps in technology. In many ways, women do think differently than men, and with more women in our communities, we can make a huge difference. There can be an increase in innovation, creativity, and insight. So what do STEM girls do? STEM girls are passionate. STEM girls are leaders. And most importantly, STEM girls are social entrepreneurs. They think of solutions to society's problems. So I think that the most important thing we can do is support girls and encourage them. Parents, teachers, men, and our society as a whole can encourage girls and tell them that STEM is not a boys' club at all. It's also a girls' club. One way is to get to know what girls value, because we're all different. We have to see what girls value and appeal to those values academically. Nowadays, our curriculum focuses on theoretical knowledge, and it's important for us to show them this curriculum in terms of visuals and hands-on experiments so they can get inspired and they can have a different view on what they're learning. Another way is to let girls interact with older girls involved in STEM. If all girls see is men in our society, especially in the technological fields, they can be discouraged to pursue STEM careers. It is important for us to make them interact with female role models and engineers, which can have a huge impact. To approach all of these solutions, I created my own organization called STEM All-Stars. STEM All-Stars is an international nonprofit organization dedicated towards eliminating gender differences and breaking the barriers of stereotypes by running STEM competitions, clubs, and events around the world. So, STEM All-Stars is targeted towards girls. My target audience is girls who do not have enough self-confidence in STEM or who don't have the correct opportunities to pursue STEM careers. Open to all girls in grades 3 to 8, STEM All-Stars runs an annual competition. In our competition, students are either challenged to build an invention or a community to solve a global issue. And this global issue can be anything. I mean, we have a lot today. Maybe it can be finding a way to make desalination cheaper, or finding a way for people with paralysis to have more freedom of movement. It can be anything, and it's your child's choice. So after they create this idea and they have this idea on what to invent, they can then move on to researching their idea, creating a triboard, and writing an essay. Their work is then graded by a panel of high professional judges, and prizes are given out annually. And the prizes next year is a $500 gift card. And I think the most important thing in our competition is to inspire students. So how many of you want to become an engineer or a doctor, or who wants to get involved into a STEM career, or who's interested in STEM? Raise your hand. Okay, that's a lot. Well, this competition is absolutely perfect for you because I know you guys are all innovators. You guys have the capability of innovating something, and every person is different. Every person has their own idea, and you guys are capable of creating something that can positively disrupt this world. So definitely participate in our competition. In addition to our competition, we also run clubs around the world. The motive of these clubs is to provide students with some quality time to explore subjects in STEM. And by subjects, we don't mean the everyday physics and chemistry and all that. We mean topics that intrigue students' curiosity, maybe something that a student has never been exposed to before. And the responsibility and the motive of our clubs is to show students their curriculums in terms of hands-on experiments and visuals in order to get their creativity flowing. And we also run annual events which are motivated towards spreading STEM awareness. Recently, we held a STEM All-Stars Rally in Hyderabad, India, which consisted of 250 girls. And basically, in this event, we advocated for STEM awareness, and as I said, let people know that STEM is not a boys' club at all. It's also a girls' club. In addition to this, we also help underprivileged children. And I have another story to tell you. So I found this organization in the summer of 2015. So I went to India, and because I went to Hyderabad, and because my grandma lives there, and there was a school next to my grandma's house. So I decided to just go there, during the summer and volunteer. And so as I was volunteering, I noticed that these kids, the number of kids that didn't know what Google was absurd. And I was shocked to know that they didn't have any exposure to technology or science or engineering. And this actually touched my heart. So that's why I decided to make my organization international and to reach out to students around the world, not only in America, but also in countries that have people who don't have the correct opportunities or don't have the right path in order to pursue STEM careers. And recently, we've also been fortunate to get $22,000 of donations, which we gave to underprivileged children. So we gave LCD projectors, internet connection, and most importantly, computers. I feel like the biggest solution for this problem is to unite. If we unite and think of a goal, we can accomplish it. And all we have to do is support girls and tell them that STEM is not a boys' club at all. And it's important for them to participate in events and competitions, and to get exposure to all of these fields. And I believe that we can do it together and close the gender gap. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation. And does anyone have any questions?